on the grand entrance of Miss Shasha's house. Have her be your own kind of beautiful program today. Y'all, get ready, get ready. Drop it up on the oil. About to take it, yeah.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. I said we wasn't gonna wait too much longer on, oh, okay. Everyone else, the rain might have stopped a few, but we don't need but a few to come together. So, start out by saying I thank everyone for coming out in the rain. Some of us got wet, but thank you for coming out to my 4th annual Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. And this is supposed to be the 6th annual. So, when the COVID came in, we didn't do that first year. And then the second one, this year was when my son passed away. And so, I just needed some time with that situation. So here we are with the 4th annual. And some kind of way we're gonna make our way to the 6th annual, even though it should be today, but it's the 4th. But we've been doing this for 6 years. So I don't know how much Stephanie told you all about my situation, or did you talk about that? Okay, so we started, I want to say we started back in 2017? Okay, so she did that part. So everybody, if you don't know, I did have a double lung transplant back in 2018, September 29th to be exact. It is coming up. So I did have a double lung transplant, and once you have a lung transplant, you're not, they don't have like a time of how long it's gonna last, like a year or 3 years, 5 years. Now, I do know of a guy that has had one for over 20 years and he's still around here kicking it. So that gives a person a lot of hope, So I have been in and out of lung rejection. It started in February of 2021 and it was acute rejection, it was very mild. And then I went back and then it had turned into chronic lung rejection. But I did get treated for the first acute rejection, ACUTE. And I was treated for that. That's when I was in the hospital for like 11 days, well, about 2 weeks. And so that treatment had to sit, work into my system for them to see how did it work. So according to the doctors, that one didn't take for my lungs at that time. So, and then as time went by, they turned into chronic or whatever. So, but I'm still here, I'm still kicking it. And I do go to, where I go to? It's infusion. It's like dialysis, but it's not a dialysis, but it's kind of like the same way that they do it. I go in every Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'm there for 3 hours a day or more. It just depends. And I had a port put in, which is right here. And the port is where they go in with a special type of needle, and that's how I get my infusions. And they separate my white blood cells because my white blood cell count is very low. And they separate those cells, and then they take them out, they clean them, and then it goes back in. So my white blood cell count has to really catch up with my body. So, and the reason that they're doing that is trying to get my white blood cells sturdy so that if I do get any type of infection or whatever, that I will have something in my system to fight off the infection if I was to get infection. So it's not just COVID that I really have to watch out for. It's, anything like being around sick babies and things like that. So unfortunately, before I say unfortunately, so the doctors told me that I would have to undergo another double lung transplant. That was their thought or whatever, which I did and do need another lung transplant. But I went to Shands, is where I first had my transplant, my first one, and they decided that the team that transplant I wasn't a good candidate for a second transplant due to my underlying conditions that I have, other conditions that can worsen my life, and Shands knows my body very well. They took me in under their wings in 2017 when I had took real sick with pulmonary fibrosis and lupus. Lupus is what attacked my lungs to begin with and turned the lungs into pulmonary fibrosis. So that's how I needed the first transplant. So my doctors, they all moved, I'm not gonna say all, but the surgeon, two of the surgeons and the head doctor over at Shands that performed my surgery, they all moved over to Miami Transplant Center. So I reached out to them because they know me, and then they got my paperwork from the Shands doctors, and they also did a roundtable discussion about me, and they decided that I was not a candidate for a second lung transplant. So after that, I told the boys that I wasn't gonna, try again to be disappointed. And then my oldest son asked me to, you never know, just let's try one more. So I tried Duke's University up in North Carolina. Duke's will take you in if you're really bad off like I was, or I am, or whatever. But if you have really something that they don't want to touch, they're not gonna put your life in jeopardy. So Duke's was gonna be my last try. So I reached out to Duke's through an older lady in her late 70s, and they were able to transplant her after she was turned out other places. So I really didn't have my hopes up for it because I kind of know if Shands tell you no, then because they know their stuff. So Dukes looked at everything, and they got back with me and said, well, you're not a candidate. But like I said, they all told me why, and I really understood. One of my medications, well, some of my medication can cause other health issues. So I have one medication that causes kidney issues. So I was diagnosed with I don't know what stage I was when I first had it, but I am in stage 4 right now, kidney disease. But I'm still kicking, I'm still here. So that's why they could not open me up, because God forbid if I needed a kidney transplant, that'd be, something that they wouldn't be able to do either. So they didn't want to cut me open for that reason. And then, the lupus is in full force. So with that being said, if the lupus is in full force, that means my immune system is very, very bad right now, and there's nothing to fight off. So I just feel like I'm better off, depending on God to get me through this. I love my doctors and everything, and I trust their word, but I also trust the man above. So what I'm doing now is, I just pray hard about my situation, and I just get up every day and live my life like somebody else do. Y'all might be seeing me doing a little more lately, but that's what I've been doing lately. I've been doing more than the norm, and I'm gonna continue to do it because we none of us don't know when he's gonna call us home, but I know if he did call me home today or tomorrow, I'll be ready. Because I got my life and everything ready and right with God. So I really don't have no regrets in life, and I just don't. So that's the main thing that family should worry about. Not what you're gonna leave them, but where you going when you leave here. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really, had a lot, to leave my kids if something happened to me, but as y'all can see, your kids can go before you. So I just thank God for, my life, health, and strength, and it's just, like I said, it's a day-by-day thing, and thank God for this young man right here, too, because he really helps me out at home a lot when he's not in Fort Myers, and he attends, the chemo session with me as well, so that way he won't be, have to ask me all these questions and stuff like that. He's there full force, he know how everything go, and, so that's pretty much what's going on with me right now. I am back on oxygen part-time when needed, as needed. So I just use it when I have to. So I just want to thank everyone for coming out. And we do want to ask that who was the first person here, because we do have a gift for the first person that came today. Who was first? For you? You? I was going to get your gift. See, I went over here first. Oh, okay.
But I want to share, I'll give it to Naja because
she brought you.
she brought me.
Okay, so you got to pick it for her. Okay. Yeah, she went home, she had an emergency, her daughter, but she brought her here, she was here, and she'll be back. And this is my nephew, Sean, Jr. He has his own business, ladies and gentlemen. He opened up his photography, it's called Clear Shots. So if you need, oh yes. Our winner.
Always on time. And no, I don't be. I need his information.
Okay, he'll give you that sometime before we leave, and he'll get you right. And you ain't got to be no kin to him, he's gonna give you a family discount. Okay, so up next, we're gonna, definitely back up. And we do have water, if you want one, just let Shabazz know. We have water, somebody back there want the water, Shabazz.
Also, do we have a Taurus in the house?
I'm Taurus.
You have to come up. If you win a prize, get a gift, you gotta come get it. Thank you. All righty. What about a Scorpion?
Here.
Who said it first? Two of them.
Oh.
Okay. Sonia and Deborah, I got you. And a Leo. Got two Leos. Romanda.
Hi.
I'm gonna do my own shameless plug. All right, so I do paparazzi accessories, Mary Kay Cosmetics, Sexy Eclectic Music, and I talked to the.
We're still waiting on people to come because it did rain really bad here, so we have some more people coming. And thank you guys. I will be back later. Love you guys. Bye.